That's an absolute cracker.
Jesus. Good fish. Holy moly. Come on. Oh, he just busted me.
Today has been absolutely unreal, guys. Seriously. G'day guys, Will Kitching here. Welcome to another video and thank you so much for joining us. Now, as you would have just seen, there is plenty of hot action in this video, and throughout I'm going to be giving you plenty of tips as always and talking you through how we're catching these fish. It was an absolutely unreal session, and we're fishing off the Sunshine Coast in southeast Queensland in around 30 to 40 meters of water, but these techniques can be used anywhere. Now we're going to get straight into the action. I don't want to talk too much, but I'd really appreciate it if you'd subscribe to the channel, leave a like rating, it helps more than you can imagine. Comment any questions you have and share it with your mates. Now the first drop of this session, I actually got bitten off by something which I think was a Spanish mackerel.
Holy moly.
Turn that other GoPro on at the front.
Oh, gone.
Busted me off or something, or bit me off. I'd say that could have been a Spaniard. The pace that was going at.
Yeah, it was going, wasn't it? One to the big fishies.
Well guys, that was a weird start to the morning and a bit frustrating. First drift, I floated down my pilchard. Thought, no, this is no good. We'll wind in and go for another drift. So I just started absolutely cranking it in as fast as I could. Literally just a pilchard, and then it got smashed and it started going 100 kilometers an hour the other way, screaming offline, and bit me off. We're here at the right time, the sun's not up yet. There's light just sort of starting to come on the horizon, as you'd be able to see. There's even a bit of cloud cover out there, which is perfect. But anyway, hopefully we can get some reefies or maybe a Spaniard. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen today? There's anything could happen. Now early on we were actually a little bit worried because we couldn't find any bait or anything on the sounder, but after about 10 or 15 minutes of searching we finally found a good show. First drift over that show and Dad hooked up to a really nice snapper. Yep. Nice.
Good snapper, look at that go.
Yep.
Look at that go.
Yep.
Get up. Oh, he's gone.
There you go.
Snap.
There you go.
That's a big snap.
Yep.
This is a good snap. Oh, get up.
Yep. That's it. That's it. You'll get him.
That's a good snap.
Yep. I might come up in a second. He's pulling the boat around. Pulling the boat around.
Yeah.
You need to come under this.
Oh, he's off. Oh, he's off.
Did he do ya? Or?
No, I think I pulled the hooks.
You're kidding.
He might have done me.
Nah.
Pulled the
That's why I said not to tighten it, because I was worried that would happen. Yeah.
Maybe I give him too much, trying to get him up off the bottom. That was a good fish.
About 60 seconds after Dad lost that fish, we ended up getting another bite. The rod that you can see in the bait board rod holder has a soft plastic on it, and that's just slowly floating down with the bail arm open. Keep an eye on the line coming off the spool here, and you'll see the moment that it speeds up when the fish eats it.
Go. That was a lot better than that one the other day.
Yeah, we're on.
Yep, into your rod.
Take it.
Yeah, good fish. Oh.
Yeah, he's not that good. He's pretty good, but yeah, he's not bad. He hit that in free spool.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to wind mine in, I think.
He's over mine. What's going on here? Is he pulling us around?
Yeah.
Is he under the parachute?
Yeah. good fish.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still down fair way. That was still in free spool, and I just saw the line running off it. Can't believe you missed yours. That sucks.
That was a good fish.
Oh, that was a monster. This is going to be a good one too, to be honest.
Yeah. Maybe in 50 to 60, right?
Easy.
Getting close?
Yeah, it's another big run. There's a lot of weight there.
Yeah.
Yep, colour. Stay down under that.
Yeah, nice snap.
Oh, he's a good snap. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he's better than I thought.
Well done, Will.
That's a good fish. Yours would have been bigger than that.
Yeah, mine.
Let's go back up now that we're all in.
Beautiful fish, Will. Well done.
Well, there you go, guys. The plastic again floating down. They absolutely love it. We found a school of bait finally. It took us a little bit, probably 20 minutes or so, to actually find where some fish were. And the first time we got a good drift on them just then, we got 2 hits. One on Dad's bait and one on the plastic. So I'll hold him up for you in a second, but we want to get back up there. There we go, guys. That's an absolute cracker. So unhappy Dad lost his, so unlucky, but anyway, we're right on the drift again. Just quickly hold it up for you. That was a cracking snapper to start the day, and we were right on top of those fish again, so it was time to drop straight back down on their heads. I'm going the jig just for a second while we're right on top of them.
Yeah.
Oh, yep, good fish there. You'll get hit here. I tried the jig a few times through this session and didn't even have a bite, and the snapper were absolutely chewing their heads off all morning. It just shows how effective the float lining technique is, where you just slowly waft your baits and lures down on top of them. They absolutely love to hit on the drop, and the jigging has its place, but they have to be in a certain mood. Also, I apologise for my head GoPro not working for the next clip. It stopped working for 5 minutes, sadly.
There's one.
Yep. Good fish. Nice. Good fish. Tell me when you get colour.
There it is, I've got colour, Will.
That's what we want, boys. I know. Only seconds after landing that fish, Dad noticed that the soft plastic in the rod holder had been eaten on the drop again.
Yeah, drop down. That's on. Yeah. You take it. I'll take yours.
Yeah, that's the jig.
Yeah. Oh, this is the jig.
Yeah.
Is it on the bottom?
Yeah, it would be close. This is another good one. This one hit the plastic on the drop as well, guys. Next cast after the last one on the plastic. Dad's just got one on the bait there. Absolute cracker. He's got the jig down, so
Yeah, I'll get him in there.
the jig's only just around.
Yeah.
So that was another nice fish on the plastic, but check out how solid Dad's fish was that you just saw him land.
He's a beauty.
Another beauty, well done, Dad.
Thank you.
Cracker, we're going to go straight back up on that school while they're feeding, because if they switch off, they'll just stop biting completely. But yeah, lovely fish, look at that.
Nice knobby on him.
Cracker. Beautiful, well done, Dad.
Okay.
Wow, how could you be unhappy when snapper like that are coming over the side of the boat? That was epic. Now I just quickly wanted to touch on that rope that you might see coming off the back corner of the boat. Now what that is a parachute or sea anchor, also known as a drogue, and that slows your drift down. So even though it was a calm day, there was just a little bit of breeze, and when you're using those lightly weighted lures and baits, which the snapper absolutely love, sometimes if you're drifting too quickly, your line can end up sort of on a massive angle right out the back of the boat, and you're not getting down in the zone. So what that parachute does, if it's a little bit windy, you can deploy that. It slows you down and you can get your baits down into the zone. We went to look for that school of fish again, and every time we found them and got the drift right, they were hitting us on the drop. Yep.
Good fish. Well done, look. Thought you would.
Yeah.
Down on. Yeah, good fish.
He'll be alright, yeah. Not like those big ones before,
No,
but...
You're going alright. Had a dig early there.
Yeah.
Oh, look at the shower. I need to keep going down here.
Yep, that's them. Back down.
I'm going to lock that off a bit now.
Yeah. Only a little one.
Look at that for sharp.
Yeah.
Maybe mark that.
Yeah, I will. Even though that's only a small one, guys, that's a perfect example of seeing a show on the sounder, floating a bait down slowly, and in free spool he's picked it up. And I've clicked up my lever drag and set the hook. There you go, just a little one, guys, around that 40 centimetre size. Sometimes the fish would move slightly and we'd have to sound around a bit to find them again. But once we did, it was on for young and old. This time we get a double hookup and they were really fired up. Yep. Alright, will be.
Now you want.
Yep. Going alright.
Yeah.
Yep. Alright. Yep. Just having a bounce.
He's not one of those real big ones, but
He's going alright.
okay.
No. That's alright.
Oh, look. Double hook up.
Off again! What is going on? That was another cracker. That's another. That's a better one.
Double hook up. Yeah, yours was a good one. I've got a feeling mine could be tangled with yours.
Oh, yeah. You right?
Yeah.
Running.
You got a good fish there, look.
Yeah.
He was having a dig for his size, wasn't he?
Yeah. There we go.
Oh, look at that, the hook just come out.
Another line, bro.
Oh, jeez.
On his gills again. What's going on with that? Oh my days, that was close, but we got him. Holy moly. You can be unlucky and you can be lucky sometimes, tell you what. That was a good double hookup. Yours is a nice fish.
Yeah.
Well, they both are, but... Woo! But the funny thing was there, I actually had a hit, good hit, started to pull some drag, missed it, floated it back down, hoping there was some bait left, and there must have been, because he's come through and gone whack. Well, this is turning out to be quite a good snapper session, and the size of the fish is pretty good too. They are absolutely smacking it on the drop. They're actually pretty patchy. Like, there's a lot of area here where they could be, and if you're not on them, literally no bites whatsoever. So we're working really hard to make sure we're on top of those schools, and every time we see one on the sounder, whether it's just a school of bait or some bigger fish around it, when we're dropping down, we're just getting absolutely smacked. The plastic's got a few, we're getting them on baits, floating down pillies. I'm gonna try and get one on the jig, just to mix it up a bit, but this is really fun. So we're gonna get back up there, but we'll show you these fish quickly first.
Pigeon pair.
Look at those ones, guys. Cracker double hookup, look at that. Can't be unhappy with those at all. Now I just thought I'd really quickly talk you through the technique we were using on this day so you can understand how we were fishing. So the first thing we do is when we pull up on that school of fish for our drift, we deploy the parachute so that slows our drift down. Then straight away we'll cast our soft plastic and let that sink down. We cast that up drift, so we're drifting towards where we've cast, and it gives it time to get down. Just chucking the plastic out the side there, so it'll end up out the back of the boat here, and we just leave that in free spool to get down there. And then we'll just put that in the rod holder, let it sink down, and if it doesn't get hit on the drop, we'll click that bail arm over and just leave it in the rod holder to just dangle around, and it often gets hit that way as well. At the same time, we're floating down baits, so we were using pilchards on this day, and all we had was a small ball sinker running straight down onto our hooks. We had 2 4-0 hooks snelled together. We use overhead reels so we can thumb our spool and just slowly float that down on top of them, which is what the snapper love. Now, as you're about to see, every time we came across a show on the sounder, we'd use this technique and they were hitting us on the drop almost every time. Yeah, bit of a show coming.
Just a bit of a show coming.
Yep. Nice. That's going all right.
Yeah.
While I'm tying knots, Dad's catching good snapper here.
She said there's a good show, am
Yeah.
I said, yeah, that'd be about right. Well,
Yeah.
there's a good fish again.
Yeah. Yep.
Awesome fishing this morning.
Yeah. It is great fun to just float baits and lures down on their head and feel them get absolutely smashed on the drop. The fight of the snapper is just insane. Really, really good fishing.
Colour.
Yep.
No giant, but
No
there's one of
giant.
those solid ones.
Yeah. Yep. Another good one. Oh, jeez, mate.
Oh, there's a good one.
Yeah. They are good fish today. There we go. Oh, Dad, you're on fire. We now only needed one more fish to round off our bag limit of 8 snapper, and although the bite was slowing down, we kept persisting with this technique, kept looking for bait, and eventually I got a bite, and it actually smashed me really aggressively when I wasn't ready.
Jesus.
Good fish.
Holy moly.
That's one.
Huh?
That's one.
See it, huh?
Yeah. It's a snap. Another good one. Yeah.
Good fish.
Oh, yeah.
God, he whipped you around.
Yeah, he's solid.
So go back left.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, good fish.
Yeah, really good one actually. I think he's got the second hook in him.
That's it.
Take that. Woohoo! Well guys, it's a bit later in the morning now. I think it's about 8:30. And the bite definitely slowed down. We're struggling to find any fish on the sounder again. That one, we sort of found a little school of bait, so we went for a drift over it. Came past it without too much, but there must have been a few fish still hanging around it because that one just absolutely smashed me as I was dropping down a pilly. Yeah, what a great morning. What a great session. How good is that? The quality of fish today has been absolutely unreal, guys. Seriously. They're all so solid and they've been really fired up today. Really fired up. The fights they've been putting on and the way they've been hitting on the drop has just been insane. Check that out. They're beautiful fish. One of our favourite to catch and one of our favourite to eat as well. So we're treating all of these properly, bleeding them and everything like that. And yeah, gonna have a great feed for the family, that's for sure. We had a quick try for some other species like sweet lip before we headed home to do the filleting, but had no luck. The only bite we had ended in a bite off, which we think was a mackerel like the one that I hooked earlier in the video.
Come on. Oh, it just busted me. Maybe.
guys, absolute crackers. We're about to go fillet those, but the quality was just unreal. I just wanted to show you how important it is to look after your fish by bleeding, brain spiking if you want, and putting them in a cold ice slurry. Look how amazing these fillets look. Nice and white, firm and blood free. See, even that, guys, that's the smallest one of the day, the 40 centimetre one, and even it is just beautiful and white. Great eating. Alright, well that brings us to the end of the video. I really hope you've enjoyed all that action. It was a really hot session, and I hope the tips were helpful as well. If you do have any questions, feel free to just leave them in the comments and I answer every single one. Stay tuned for plenty more videos to come, but until then, happy fishing, tight lines, and enjoy your time on the water.